Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and today I have a very unique automobile I'd like to show you. Come on over and take a look at it. This car is a 1954 Sunbeam Alpine. It's a Mark I. So these cars are quite rare. Sunbeam was part of the Roots Group, which was one of the largest, if not the largest, British automaking company through the 50s. Sunbeam was always known as a performance cars. These cars were driven by Sterling Moss, Mike Hawthorne, in a lot of rallies, Monte Carlo, and in 53, 54, they decided to come out with the Alpine, which is what this car is. The cars themselves had a 4-cylinder engine, a very regular engine. It has nice torque. You'll see in our driving video how well this car drives, but it actually revs pretty nicely. So they're very interesting cars. Not many were built and few have survived, and very few are in this condition. I would rate this car as a very high condition driver quality car. So if you're looking for a concours car, this is not your car, but it's very high quality, sorted out, ready to go on tours, ready to be used and driven. The car specifically, we do not know the early history. It came out of Maryland. It had been restored a couple of years ago. A nice restoration. The paintwork is very nice. I'll show you there's one flaw on the trunk lid, on the boot lid. Other than that, very nice, beautiful appearance. The chrome, the trim, the stainless is all very nice. The car came to Lancaster, Pennsylvania about 4 years ago in 2000 to a local collector. And then over the last 4 years, and we have receipts for all of this, which we'll put in the gallery, a little over $15,000 was spent on this car, essentially going through all the major mechanical systems to bring it up to a really drivable level car, which they succeeded. The car drives beautifully. To some of the things that were done, the cylinder head was taken off, it was serviced, a new head gasket was put in, a new water pump was put in the car, the brake system was overhauled, all new hydraulics in the brake system, and of course they were adjusted and flushed. Miscellaneous electrical things were done to the car, make sure all the lights and everything are working. It had a brand new set of tires done to it. The suspension was inspected and lubricated. So just going through all the major systems of the car, and what we have today is a beautiful appearing, very nice car to drive. Also during that time, you'll see in the receipts, numerous chrome pieces were taken off and re-chromed. They went to Labrandi's, which is a local chromer, and also some of the stainless trim was polished. This car, being a Mark I, has the correct horizontal grills here, of course the vertical radiator grille. The headlights are different on the early Mark I cars, and the correct front bumper on the car. Coming along the side of the car, it does have the really cool hood louvers, which are correct for an Alpine. The one thing I noticed on the car, and I am by no means a Sunbeam expert, so I'm open to being corrected. I believe this should say Alpine. It says Sunbeam, and I'm pretty sure in all of my research, all the Alpine cars should say Alpine. That's one thing. It does have the gorgeous, I love it, typical 1950s style fender line. The Jaguar XKs had this, the Triumphs had this, where they take this fender and blend it into the door and it disappears. Just a gorgeous looking, very typical 50s British sports car. So coming along the side of the car, the Alpine was unique for styling, no outside door handle. So you reach inside, and people who have Jaguars, yes, this is a Jaguar door handle release. The interior of the car is beautifully done. It's all leather. It has held up beautifully. There is essentially no wear anywhere on the bolsters. The seats are excellent. All the cushioning is excellent. The padded dash top is excellent. Very Art Deco interior. The instrument cluster is just really cool. It has all the correct knobs, all in this ivory finish. The steering wheel is gorgeous. All of this really, really nicely done and in excellent condition. It does have the center mounted tack. A lot of these cars, the Sunbeams had a shifter on the steering column, which was difficult. This car has the floor-mounted 4-speed, which shifts beautifully. The red button gets it into reverse. So this car has the standard 4-speed transmission. It also has a like-new tonneau cover. It's cloth, it's the correct material, and a correct cloth top, which we'll show you in the photos we take of the car. Here is the one cosmetic flaw, and it's right here. It's a little difficult to photograph. It does not show up well in normal outside light conditions. There are 3 small hairline cracks in the paint right here. The owner chose not to respray the whole boot because of that. So it is minor, and it's a little bit here. So there's a little bit of cracking in the paint right there. We do have a can of replacement paint. So that comes with the car, so it's easy to match it exactly. But we are selling this car in consignment, and the current owner chose, it didn't bother him, so he chose not to do that. Along the rear of the car, again, all the chrome is excellent and high quality. You have the Sunbeam Talbot logo, just the name here in the license plate. We have pictures where this hinges down and the spare tire is there, which it is. We have photographs of the carpeted and finished off trunk, the boot. We do have a fishtail exhaust, which is very cool on the car. Coming along this side of the car, same thing. The car is exceptionally straight. There are no dents or dings on it. The shut lines on the doors are beautiful. Roots Group always made nice bodies, I mean, in my opinion. So this car is a very solid, well-built car. Coming along the side, same thing as the other side. The leather is gorgeous on this car. There's no cosmetic problems at all in the entire interior. You'll see in one of his invoices, they took the whole heater box out in the car and refinished it with the hammer finish, the slightly textured paint. It's beautiful looking. So the car could go anywhere and be shown. It could be driven and enjoyed in rallies or tours. It drives beautifully. These cars, when they were new, everybody was excited about the American market. Roots Group thought they could position this car between the MGTDs of the period, which were 4 cylinders, and the Jaguar XKs, which were 6 cylinders. So this car has a very strong, very reliable, torquey, but revs nicely 4-cylinder. And this car was definitely going towards the luxury side. They were relatively heavy cars, and they were well appointed in the interior. So they sort of leaned towards the Jaguar in the appointments. And when you drive them today, they are just beautiful. There's so much space inside. These are the cars that Grace Kelly used in the movie. She had a Sunbeam. And when you look at the history of the company, Sunbeam had a phenomenal history as far as reliability trials and speed trials. So it's really for a discriminating collector who wants something unusual. They don't come on the market very often. They're easy to maintain. It's all a bunch of British parts that are readily accessible for the drivetrain of the car. And it's an opportunity to buy a really, really nice car. We welcome people to come and see it, drive it, send an inspection. We're open to all of that. Please take a look at all of the work that's been done on this car in the last 4 years. It's significant, and it's ready to go and be enjoyed. So thanks for coming along and watching the video.